So there was a picture that was up. It was a picture up of Leon Rose, the guy who I just now shot with yesterday. Yesterday, right? And I was talking about LeBron and Rich Paul, and someone got upset and their feelings got hurt. So I got a phone call, and I'm apologizing because the picture, I wasn't really paying attention to the picture. I thought it was a picture of LeBron.
Welcome back to the channel, NBA Family. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, because this story is bigger than most people realize. Listen to this. We need to break down what Stephon Marbury had to say today about LeBron James and Rich Paul, because this story goes way deeper than most fans remember. Hold up, if you don't know the backstory, here's the part that makes everything hit differently. Back when Marbury launched his affordable Starbury shoe line, LeBron went on television and said he'd never wear a $15 pair of shoes, instead of simply choosing not to comment. Man, that statement landed harder than a lot of people realized at the time. LeBron was the league's hottest young superstar, and comments like that carried enormous influence, making it much tougher for the Starbury brand to gain momentum. But here's what many people forget. The entire purpose of Starbury was to give families a real option when they couldn't afford expensive sneakers like Jordans, LeBrons, or other premium signature shoes backed by major brands. For countless parents dealing with tight budgets, those affordable sneakers meant they could buy 2 or even 3 pairs for back to school, instead of struggling to purchase just one expensive pair. Girl, that's a perspective that often gets left out whenever this story comes up. And let's be honest, those $15 Starbury shoes weren't cheaply thrown together. They actually looked good, felt solid, and offered impressive quality for the price. You won't believe this, but after all of that, many people remember how the media painted Marbury far more than they remember what he was actually trying to accomplish. In my opinion, regardless of everything else people may debate about his career, creating an affordable shoe for working families remains one of the most meaningful things he ever did for his community. Now here's where everything comes full circle. Marbury has watched how LeBron has reacted whenever people question whether his son belongs at the professional level, and he wants LeBron to understand that comments like those years ago didn't just create headlines. They took money away from families connected to the Starbury business because he helped damage the brand's reputation. So with all of that in mind, let's hear exactly what Marbury had to say.
So there was a picture that was up. It was a picture up of Leon Rose, the guy who I just now shot with yesterday. Yesterday, right? And I was talking about LeBron and Rich Paul, and someone got upset and their feelings got hurt. So I got a phone call, and I'm apologizing because the picture, I wasn't really paying attention to the picture. I thought it was a picture of LeBron. But I'm going to save that because I'm going to do a video. I'm not going to do a picture no more. I'm just going to do a video, and I'm going to have it all queued up and ready. Like how when you see my videos, I'm going to doctor videos up. I'm going to doctor videos up from 2004. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to plead my case. Because every time I say something about LeBron James, I always get a problem. It's always somebody calling me. Whether it's my business partner or it's somebody, because they get irritated because they can't control it. Again, all you have to do is say sorry publicly. I shouldn't have never said that about Stephon Marbury, Starbury brand. And that's it. It's very easy. It all stops. It all goes away just like that. Literally, not one more word. Because now we're going to watch your son play basketball. Oh my God. We're going to the games. So you don't know, when you affect Starbury, you affect my children. Do I make myself clear? World Wild West. Stay out of it. So now that we moving along, and I told you that that picture was, it had nothing to do with Leon Rose. I love the Knicks. I don't work for the Knicks. They don't pay me. I do events. I love Mr. Dolan purely. I love the Knicks 100. I'm not in it for no money. That's not what's going on. I left America so I would not have to do that. That's why I left. So I would not have to kiss no one's ass. Because it stinks if you gotta kiss somebody's ass all the time. Eventually you just get mad. And we want you to get mad. Rich Paul, LeBron, all you gotta do is say sorry. That's it. Publicly. Because you tried to publicly humiliate me. And I didn't like that. And I'm a kid from Coney Island for real. I'm dead serious. Like I told you. On purpose, I don't take nobody money from here. It's all in China. And I got my own money. And I'm not doing nothing. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm just throwing my rolling in the sky. Waving it from sky to side, baby. I ain't bothering nobody. I'm in the car. I'm about to go watch some movies with my little babies. You know, I'm about to go down. I got my new well ball partner. That's what I'm talking about. They don't want to talk about well ball. It's irritating some people. You know, it's doing that, and I get it. I understand. I get it. I understand, and you know.
So here's how I see it. This situation reminds me a lot of Isaiah Thomas waiting for a public apology from Michael Jordan. Let's be real, that kind of apology probably isn't ever coming. I just can't picture LeBron James standing in front of the cameras saying, "I'm sorry, Stephon Marbury, for what I said about your shoes when I was 19 or 20 years old." But listen to this, if we're always talking about lifting people and supporting one another, then admitting you hurt someone isn't a weakness. There's absolutely nothing wrong with saying you're sorry when your actions contributed to someone else's hardship. Because whether people want to admit it or not, that moment became the foundation for many of the criticisms Marbury has directed toward LeBron ever since. Hold up. When your words carry that much influence, they can affect more than opinions. They can damage an entire business. At that stage of his career, LeBron wasn't just the NBA's biggest young star. He had already become someone whose opinion shaped how millions of people viewed products and brands. Fans trusted what he said, and that made the Starbury line seem inferior instead of what it was really trying to be, an affordable alternative fighting against the industry's biggest names. And here's the part that surprises a lot of people. Marbury's shoes were reportedly produced in the same factories as many of Nike's products, meaning buyers were still getting solid quality for just $15. So when you really think about it, most of the money people spend on clothing goes toward the logo and the name attached to it. not necessarily because the materials are dramatically better. You're often paying for branding, not a difference worth hundreds of dollars. Man, that's the power of marketing, because perception can convince people that expensive automatically means superior. And for the record, I'm not someone who attacks LeBron every chance I get. I'm not the type of person who believes everything LeBron does deserves criticism. That's actually why there are times I skip making videos on another negative LeBron headline altogether. Those stories never stop, and while I'll cover them when they matter, I'd rather wait and see where his career goes next so we can actually talk basketball again. But this is one issue where I've consistently felt LeBron deserved criticism, because I don't think Marbury's brand should have been torn down, especially considering how much it helped families with limited incomes. A parent could walk into a store, spend around $45 or $50 with tax, and leave with 3 pairs of shoes instead of just one expensive pair. To me, that was a genuine win for everyday families. And here's something I've always wondered. We rarely see national television. Personalities go out of their way to publicly tear down other low-cost shoe brands the way this one was criticized. Listen, to this back then there were plenty of other budget-friendly shoe brands on the market that weren't connected to Stephon Marbury, yet you hardly ever heard anyone publicly dismissing them or saying they'd never wear those shoes. But somehow Marbury's brand became the one that drew all the attention and criticism. Hold up. When you look back at it, it almost feels like the media created the perfect moment for LeBron James to make a headline. Maybe LeBron was still young and inexperienced, and he didn't fully understand where that conversation was being steered. But it's hard to ignore that the opportunity was there, the question was asked, and he ended up giving exactly the answer everyone was waiting for. In my opinion, he took the bait without realizing how much impact those words would eventually have. That's why I've always wished he had responded differently in that moment. They don't have to become friends after all these years, and nobody is saying they need to erase the past, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with acknowledging that someone was hurt. Man, sometimes a simple apology carries more weight than people realize. Marbury has made it clear that the situation affected him on a personal level, and from his perspective, it also took money away from his family while slowing the growth of a brand he worked incredibly hard to build. Imagine investing your time, your reputation, and your vision into creating something meaningful, only for one powerful comment to spread everywhere through the media and change how people see it overnight. You won't believe this, but that's exactly why this story still gets people talking all these years later. It shows just how quickly public perception can reshape an entire business.